When nothing is sure, everything is possible. In times of crisis, embrace the power of possibility, the power of you, in choosing a bright future with UWI-ROYTEC. Crises bring opportunities. Opportunities which UWI-ROYTEC has mastered and used for growth and renewal. Our fully accredited cutting-edge programs will position you to take advantage of career opportunities in an ever-changing and exciting new world. Whether face-to-face, remote, or hybrid, UWI-ROYTEC's rewarding learning experience is shaped by a globally connected curriculum, delivered by highly competent faculty and backed by enabling technology. The possibilities are endless. We have 34 years of experience in empowering learners. Join us as we take hold of the future and place you on your path to career success. Register today to experience the possibilities at UWI-ROYTEC.
UWI-ROYTEC, your path to career success. To learn more, log on to www.roytec.edu.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I am Leslie Brusco, New Business Development and Marketing Officer at UWI-ROYTEC, and on behalf of the management and staff, we thank you so much for joining us this afternoon when we are celebrating Credit Union Month in collaboration with our partner, Western United Credit Union. And just before we bring in our partner, Western United Credit Union, we'd just like to give you a little introduction to them as they continue to celebrate Credit Union Month.
So as we celebrate this year's Credit Union Day, and of course the whole month of October is Credit Union Month, we celebrate under the theme Building Financial Health for a Brighter Tomorrow. For you to realize a financially sound reality, reposition your thinking, how you think about your finances, how you think about yourself. One must change their attitude. It means that you would use wisdom to control yourself and your mind and how you spend your finances, always keeping your family in mind. Remain reliable and responsible of how we build our family and how we interact with our family in terms of creating great financial wealth, becoming generational wealth creators to ensure that even while we are in our summer experience, we create a very financially sound future for our winter time. In the book of Ecclesiastes 10:19, and it says, "A feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things." So if we desire to live a very comfortable, joy-filled life and providing well for our families, we have to be responsible with our money that is given to us. And therefore, let us come together as one. Doesn't matter which cooperative, which credit union we belong to. Let us ensure that we remain strong, we remain positive as we partner together with our credit union. That is where we build our financial nest egg, and that is where we provide a safe generational wealth creation for our future. So, from the Western United Credit Union family to all cooperators out there, financial and non-financial, we wish all of you and all our members a very happy International Credit Union Day. God bless.
Awesome. Couldn't have asked for a better introduction to Rescue, and everything that you will have to offer. That video was so well put together, and thank you so much. So, to everyone listening, I am Leslie Brusco again, and with us we have Westview Credit Union, Mr. Mark Ferret, who is the president of Western United Credit Union and also the secretary to the board, Miss Dixie and D'Souza. Thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you so very much for having us, Leslie. It is a
Yes.
pleasure for us to be here to represent our organization. And good evening to Madam Secretary.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, thank you so much again for being here. So we are here because you all, as well as other credit union bodies, are celebrating Credit Union Month. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Mr. Ferret? Credit Union Month and the celebrations.
Credit Union Month is nothing new to the world. Actually, in 1948 was the CUNA body decided to revisit the celebration of Credit Union Month, Credit Union Day, because when the previous date was chosen, the society back then was not giving it the attention that it deserved. So they decided in 1948 to revisit, and that is when the first International Credit Union Day began. And the reason why we celebrate Credit Union Month, it is to draw and promote the importance of cooperative globally and all what cooperatives, not only financial, but also non-financial cooperatives continue to do for humanity globally. Just to give one example, for cooperatives around the world, provide employment for over 100 million persons around the world. So that is why it is important that we choose a time that we celebrate this great gem of an organization, this great gem of a movement, and to bring to the mind of individuals how cooperatives continue to contribute to the growth and development of mankind globally. And of course, it showcases the products, and it is also a way to tell the membership thank you. Thank you so very much for being a part of what we are today and for your continued investment into any cooperative in the world. So that's a
Awesome.
brief synopsis
Oh
of
well,
why we celebrate Credit Union.
well, I will ask you a little more about the brief part, but I think it was pretty detailed, and what would have caught me is when you said 100 million, was it, or did I get that figure correctly in terms of the amount of
Yes,
employment that's provided?
yes,
They
globally.
are significant globally.
Yes,
That's really
over
a
100 million
significant.
employment. Yes.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's really interesting to know, which means that it plays a very significant part in economies globally.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yes.
yes. Mhm.
Um, at this point, I just wanted to bring into Miss D'Souza to hear her take, on Credit Union Month and what it is for her being the secretary to the board and seeing all that's happening. Miss D'Souza, thank you so much for being here again. And tell us, Credit Union Month for you.
Well, first of all, I want to say good afternoon to the viewing public, and it
Good
is an
afternoon.
honor and a privilege to represent the Western United Credit Union today. Now, I could talk from my experience, and that is the credit union that credit union, Western United Credit Union, has been there for me from the onset. I joined the credit union perhaps I think it was in 1991. That is a couple of years well. And the credit union has really proven to be there for me in so many ways. During the issues of my life when I needed financial support for my education, where I had to do sometimes some surgery and quite a number of other things in my life, the credit union has been there. So when I was elected as the secretary, I really wanted to give back to that credit union, to sort of give back and to contribute significantly my talents and and my skills to the credit union. And because of it, I am very, very grateful to the credit union. I am even more grateful to be able to serve the members of the credit union. So credit union is it's very much like a little mini Christmas, where I am so happy that we are where we are financially and as the credit union in terms of its development. And I'm actually excited to see what the credit union will do and will be in the very near future. So Credit Union Month is like a very happy time. It's a time to give back. It's a time to bless the members too for their support all during the years. And I mean, we have some really committed members to the credit union. They are excited. They are always, they always want to know what's happening in the credit union, and they are always willing to support in any way. And for that, we as the credit union and as representing the secretary of the board, we are all very, very grateful to the membership for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Dixian. And some of the things that you were speaking about there, actually started to reflect, because even UWI-ROYTEC here, with us, we pay particular attention as well, just as you all do, to our stakeholders, including Western United Credit Union. We've been doing some work with you all a very recent time. So it's something that we take very passionately and seriously as well. And to speak a little more on that, I want to actually bring in the manager of marketing and training to speak a little more on that in terms of UWI-ROYTEC and our commitment and the reason why we are so happy to be partnering with WestQ as they celebrate Credit Union Month. Ms. Minard, Janet.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Leslie. Thank you. I must say thank you to our team from WestQ and extend congratulations to them as they celebrate Credit Union Month along with the rest of the credit union sector. And, in listening to that video presentation of WestQ and listening to Mr. Ferret, I just want to underscore that, that whole family synergy is the reason I think why we are so closely aligned in our values with WestQ Credit Union. UWI-ROYTEC is privileged to partner with WestQ on doing this live today, and not just in doing this live, but also in providing the necessary training and development initiatives, fulfilling those training and development initiatives that WestQ has as part of their strategic agenda. WestQ's investment in staff, in their training and development, is one of the partnerships that we have with WestQ. In the last few months, WestQ has significantly invested in training and development of their staff, and we want to commend them for that. And today's live in particular, we will be talking about investment in their membership in terms of training and development for those members who own small businesses. So it's an absolute privilege for UWI-ROYTEC, one of the leading training providers, corporate training providers in Trinidad and Tobago, to have the privilege and the opportunity to partner with WestQ Credit Union to be able to provide that much needed training. UWI-ROYTEC, in our 34 years of existence, has had a very strong history and a very strong footing in providing corporate training interventions throughout various sectors: banking, insurance, the financial services sector, the credit union movement, and manufacturing sector, and so on. Our SME Toolkit program, in collaboration with the TTMA, is quite relevant in this particular setting, as we recognize and we celebrate Credit Union Month. And we focus here, as WestQ has chosen to do, to focus on their SME clients. UWI-ROYTEC continues to provide that support and that bridge in terms of providing the necessary training, that toolkit of skill sets and the competencies that SMEs require, particularly in this time of pandemic and beyond. So I don't want to say too much about the training. I would leave that for Mr. Ferret and his team. But I will say that we are particularly grateful. We are very grateful for the opportunity to continue to partner with WESCU and to provide those training interventions that are required. I reflect on the video that we played earlier of WESCU and Mr. Ferret's use of, wisdom in talking to his membership, using wisdom in their decision making and so on. And I want to say here that I am grateful to the leadership of the WESCU Credit Union in using wisdom, in recognizing that there was need to invest in their membership, not only for Credit Union Month, because Ms. D'Souza spoke about how the credit union had been there for her through the course of her life. So I know that this investment is not a one-time investment. And so we are grateful that the leadership of WESCU recognizes that they must use wisdom in investing in the training and development of their staff as well as their membership. And we're absolutely grateful and privileged to be selected as the partner to provide those training interventions to be able to meet the goals of the credit union. So I just want to wish WESCU Credit Union all the best, not just in Credit Union Month. I know that we will continue to have some significant projects and partnerships together. And we thank you for the vested interest in us and for recognizing UWI-ROYTEC as the premier corporate training institution in Trinidad and Tobago, and I dare say the Caribbean. All right. So thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Genevieve, for your words. Thank you so much. And as Genevieve was alluding to there, in terms of the good works and the amount of work that you all have been actually doing in the community, I wanted to just expand on that a little bit, and I just wanted to ask Ms. Dixon, if she could just tell us some more in terms of the work that you all have been doing, and probably Mr. Fred could jump in there as well in terms of what WESCU has on offer for the general public as a credit union. Ms. Dixon?
Yes. So, yes, the credit union has been doing quite a bit to develop the membership of the credit union, because the main objective of WESCU is the holistic development of the individual. So we are not just focusing on your financial health, but we are also focusing on your mental health, which is why we did quite a few webinars fairly recently, which was led by our dear president, Mr. Mark A. Ferret. And at this point, I want to thank him for his vision, because he is very much a visionary, and we have also caught his vision in that way. And he is very, very concerned about the development of the individual. And we wanted to, in some of our seminar webinars, I should say, we did some seminars on mental health, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, and actually received raving reviews to the point where members wanted to actually have more of these, right? Because they were actually experiencing problems during this pandemic. We did recognize that mental health among the membership was a serious problem. In addition to that, very recently we had another webinar, which is very, very critical to the development of generational wealth. So we are not just talking about savings in this webinar. We were also talking about creating a legacy of wealth for not just you within your lifetime, but your family members, your generation. right? So we are interested in not just the financial health of the individual or the member, but we are also interested in the mental health, right? So we did quite a few seminars, and as the manager mentioned, we also have a drive to do training, because a lot of us, when we came on board, we weren't really we didn't understand certain things about the credit union, and given the training thrust, the training drive, we were able to now learn about the credit union in more depth. And so we also learned about how things work in the credit union, the credit analysis, how credit works, and how the different aspects of the credit union work. In addition to that, we also developed and still developing our staff, because again, our staff have to be on board and have to adopt our vision. So in so doing, we have to ensure that the staff is ready, the infrastructure is ready to take us to the next level. So we are also investing heavily on the training, and training from management level to the staff level, as well as we are also training our membership, right? So in addition to doing the webinars, in addition to doing actual personal, sometimes even personal development for when our members coming to take a loan or to do transaction, we are also doing training for our staff. So these are some of the things that we are also doing. Your mic, Leslie, is
My apologies.
open.
Yes, so that is actually great, very good to hear, Dixia.
Yes.
Very good to hear, because at the end of the day, it's staff. It's staff who do the work. It's staff who are on the ground there with your members. So it's very good that you all are investing in staff and even taking it further and extending it to the customer. And I'm sure we're going to come up to that, just now there, in terms of something that you all have on later this week, and we'll speak about that. At this point, I just want to bring Mr. Ferret back into the conversation. Mr. Ferret, WestQ
Yes,
is
sir.
such and continues to be an amazing organization. Tell the public what is on offer, what it is you all have on offer, whether it's the financial products, wealth management and all those things. Tell us a little more about what you all have on offer at this point in time, especially as it's Christmas time.
First of all, I would like to give a little. Most people may not know that Western United Credit Union is an amalgamation of two credit unions, Coquerite St. James Credit Union and Southeast Port of Spain Credit Union. And these two credit unions combined together is approximately over 100 years. When you add the years separately and you add them, is over 100 years of cooperative caring. In terms of what we offer, besides the investment on shares, regular deposit savings, entrepreneurial deposit account, rainy day account, of course, loans, and we offer all types of loans. What is fundamentally important to us, as Madam Secretary would have said, is that our approach has always been and will continue to be a holistic approach to our membership. And that is what is fundamentally important to our organization. It is not just the financial aspect, but it is the holistic aspect of the human development of humanity. So our relationship is a partnership between the members and the organization. It is not a transactional relationship, but it is more a transformational relationship. Understanding and teaching our members self-awareness, bringing them to the reality of who they are as an individual, what are their desires, what they want to achieve, their goals, their objective. And we sit and we counsel and we work with our members to ensure that they realize their dreams, that they live their true, authentic selves, and that at the end of the day, that the wealth that they desire, Dixian would have said it, generational wealth creation. And it is our duty, it is our fiduciary duty as an organization to ensure that we educate our staff and we educate our membership. Education has been a part of the cooperative movement from its inception since in the year 1844. Education has been a fundamental part of cooperatives. Why? Because we find that it is important that we seek to educate, to empower our members to realize their dreams, whatever their dreams are. So that is why it is so important to WESCU as we celebrate International Credit Union Month, that we seek to educate our membership in terms of entrepreneurial development, to give them the tools to work to improve their business as well.
Thank you so much there, Mr. Ferret. And Mr. Ferret, Dixie would have spoken so much on the different things that you all would have done in recognition of Credit Union Month, and you just kind of touched on it as well. Tell me a little more, just expand a little bit as why it is you all saw it fit as a credit union to take this time and period so seriously and do everything that you all have done.
As I would have mentioned in my introduction earlier on, it is important. It is about giving back, as Dixie would have mentioned, to the membership. They are the very foundation of the organization. They are the reason why we exist as Western United Credit Union. So it is important in life, whether it is in our personal aspect of life or our professional aspect of life, that we always celebrate life from a perspective of gratitude. And when we display gratitude, what we are telling the heavens and what we are telling our master is that we are very grateful for what he has given to us. And when we display that kind of gratitude, the blessings flow even more. So we are taking the time to say thank you to our membership for their investment, for their trust in us, and for seeing that WESCU has and will continue to give them that safe environment to invest their finances. So as for Credit Union Month continues, we have done one. We have realized that COVID-19 has impacted people financially, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, not only in our financial cooperative, but globally. And what we have done for our members is to give gift cards to them where they can maintain their dignity and go and do some grocery shopping. So that is one of the things that we have done for our membership this Credit Union Month, in addition to all the webinars that we would have provided for them. COVID-19 has brought on a lot of additional stress. And how do we cope with stress? How do we cope with the mental aspect of all that is happening towards us? So what we have done, we have partnered with Douglas and Associate Limited, with Dr. Diane Douglas, and we have hosted several webinars. One of them being getting the best out of your relationship. How do you mitigate? How do you manage all that is being thrown at you and yet remain calm, yet remain patient, yet remain peaceful in the midst of the storm as you try to keep your family together? And I really want to highlight that aspect of what we do in Western United Credit Union, exclusive of the financial aspect of it, is about keeping the family together, keeping and giving them the tools to empower, to hold their family together. And we at Western United Credit Union as well also say that if a family is experiencing problems, they can come to us and we will refer them to the relevant stakeholders that would ensure that their family remains stable, and we will pay for the first few months of their counseling. And that is what we are about.
Mr. Ferret, very, very, very good and strong and solid information and advice and principles more than anything else coming there. You spoke about the holistic approach to customer and staff. You spoke about family being essentially a core value, and you are committing to work with persons throughout the pandemic, through different things that you all have. You also spoke importantly about gratitude, Mr. Ferret, and you all being very gracious. Now I'm seeing here that someone on Facebook there was asking how can they join Western United Credit Union. Maybe we can try to. I'm not so sure if that comment came in right after we spoken about the gift cards. I heard this something about giving some. I'm not so sure if that if that comment
Yeah,
came in right after that. But yes,
that,
so
yeah.
people are hearing, and based on what I'm hearing here, it's definitely family oriented. You all are focused on customer, on staff, and your principles. It's just that one that would allow your movement to continue. So keep that
Yeah,
great work up.
we are very, very keen on human development.
Awesome.
That plays a very important aspect of our credit union, because at the end of the day, we want to help people to live their purpose. Why were you sent here on earth, Leslie? Right?
To do
So
great
we want
things.
people, yeah, yeah, that is it. And we want people to understand that you are just not another human being and you're just moving around life aimlessly. No, we want you to understand your purpose. Why were you sent here? And to realize that dream. And we will work with you. We will indeed work with you.
That's great to hear. And as you spoke about investment there, we understand that you all have a
Just
program coming up.
if I may just stick a
Sure.
pin, I'm reading here, good day all, and the person is interested in the generational wealth
Right.
creation.
Right.
I
Yes.
just want to refer the person. They can visit our website, they can visit any one of our social media platforms, and they will be able to view the webinar that just went there. And actually, we are going to be streaming live again in that generational wealth creation webinar that we held.
Perfect. Perfect. And I'm seeing someone here also saying that you all will help them. You all did help them when they needed a loan to pay for school. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So yes, as we continue and as we get ready to close, so we understand that you all have a program, and as you would have said, in terms of investing in both staff and also your customers. And this program is scheduled for Thursday and Friday of this week, being innovative with your small business during COVID-19, right? So why
Mhm.
did you,
Mhm.
may I ask, well, by now probably it may be a little obvious, but still, tell us why you saw it fit to have a program like that and to target staff and your customers, being innovative with your small business during COVID-19.
Oh, first of all, Leslie, I heard you say time to close, and we have only started, as the people will say, the party
Don't worry,
has
we have time. The
it has
party now
begun.
starts. I got you.
Yes,
No problem.
but let
Sure.
me. I would have stated before that education, the education of staff, the education of the membership, and the education of the wider community plays a very pivotal role in any cooperative, be it financial or non financial. And we thought, as an organization, During COVID, we have seen the impact, the adverse impact that it has had on the lives of individuals on many, many different fronts, be it emotionally, mentally, physically, financially. So what we are saying, we have entrepreneurs within our organization and they themselves would have been hurting. So how do we empower them to navigate this storm during COVID-19 or post COVID-19? So we said, okay, fine, some of them may have to look at things differently. They may have to diversify because what they were offering the public may no longer be a necessity anymore. And to empower our members to continue is a word that I really don't like, but to survive. I really don't like that word survive because it connotes struggle and pain and whatever, but that is what we are going through. How do we survive? How do our membership survive and thrive through this COVID-19 pandemic? So the organization, the board of directors came together and said, listen, education plays a very important role in the growth and development of any individual. So let us teach our membership, especially our entrepreneurs, how to remain strong, how to be resilient, how to be determined. And even in the midst of it all, we are not going to come out of it right away. How do you, in the midst of it, be patient? How do you encourage yourself? And how do you form that synergetic collaboration to ensure that your business continue to grow? So we are giving our members the tools to ensure that their business continue to grow, and how do they restructure their business to ensure that it does more than just survive.
Thank you for that, Mr. Ferret. And I agree with you thoroughly because I too have that personal credo. I'm not about, just surviving. I want to thrive,
Yes,
and more people need to get that message to get out of that survival mentality and get into a thriving capacity where you can
yes,
do more, you can achieve more, you can take care of your family, you can create generational wealth. But you just
yes,
have to get up there and go and get it. And as you said there, Rescue, you all are doing your part through your membership and staff in trying to get people to thrive as opposed to just survive.
survive. Yes,
Yes, and as we just before I ask bring Miss Dixon back into the conversation, I'm seeing here that your members are in for a pretty interesting program. I'm seeing here I'm seeing
yes,
environmental assessment, innovation of
yes,
itself, the different types of innovation,
yes,
reframing your business as a survival strategy. So, you just spoke about that, development
yes,
of an innovation agenda, the role of technology in innovation. So this program here looks extremely interesting, and I'm sure that persons will benefit greatly. All right. So
yes,
I just want to right now open the floor as we get ready to close. I know you said the party was not looking to start, but we only have so much time. All
yes.
right. So Dixian, I'll just invite you if you want to give any closing comments for credit union month and to your members. You can go ahead and
Mhm.
do so now.
Thank you, Leslie. I just want to invite persons to come on board. I want to invite persons to look at our website and be aware of some of the webinars that are going to be coming up. I mean, we have our training coming up, and I'm quite excited about that. But there are also other webinars, crucial ones that will assist with their development. Again, just to echo the sentiments that went on before, we are into the holistic development of the member. So we are not just interested in your financial health, but we also want to ensure that you are mentally strong and you have the keys, the wisdom and the keys to be able to really be successful successful in spite of the times, right? So we want to ensure that you are equipped for what you are going through now and for what you may encounter in the future. And the best way, we want to equip you with the best way to be able to handle the situations that come your way. So I want to invite persons to come on board, check out our rescue site, get involved, join. I mean, I was very excited to see on Facebook persons saying, I want to join. Yeah, feel
Yes,
free.
yes.
Join, come and experience what we have. It is a very, very exciting journey. And I mean, I'm excited. So you can imagine, the excitement. It is an exciting time. I mean, in spite of COVID-19, it is an exciting time. And it is a time where we can sort of get into that niche and learn so that by the time COVID-19 has ended, we will be able to take off and really grasp and be successful in everything that we do. So I want to welcome you. For those persons who are thinking about coming to save, please do. Please jump in, and you are always welcome. And thank you again, Leslie, for having me on this show.
It was our pleasure. Mr. Ferret?
Thank you, Leslie. For those persons who are desirous of joining, we wait for you with open arms. As we mentioned before, and as Dixian would have said, we are not only about the financial aspect. We want to ensure that the full intelligence or capacity of your human being, mental, physical, spiritual, and your whole being is developed. We want to ensure that the four aspects of your human endeavors, be it which is self-awareness, your conscience, your independent will, and your creative imagination to create a beautiful life for yourself and your family. So as you live your legacy to leave a heritage for your generation. So let's work together. As I would have mentioned before, it is not a transitional partnership, but it is a transformational one. And I truly want to thank ROYTEC for partnering with Rescue. And one of the reasons why we fell in love with ROYTEC is two reasons, and I will save the best for last. The first is, the first reason is, when I first attended one of your classes in compliance, and I realized the professionalism, the depth and the material that you all give. Your lecturers are so well taught, the delivery. And then, Leslie, I must say, working with you, you are indeed an asset to that institution. I'm not saying it because we are on air, but I'm saying it because it is the truth.
Welcome. Thank
It
you.
is so easy. Sometimes I reach out to you. Sometimes I reach out to you even after hours and I am apologizing. And you say, no, Mr. Ferret, I understand the nature of the game, because sometimes I'm so busy during the day that I cannot reach out during the day. And I want to publicly thank you for your level of professionalism and for always being so accommodating. And the second reason, Ms. Wendy Augustus. Oh boy. Miss Wendy Augustus was one of my former lecturers at Cipriani College, and she taught me communication. And from the very first day that I spoke and I interacted with that powerful, brilliant, motivating lady, that was it for me. I fell in love in the purest sense. You cannot get much better of a true, pure, authentic human being than Miss Wendy Augustus. And you all are truly, it is a blessing to have her on at UWI-ROYTEC as your executive director. So wherever she is, I would indeed follow as well.
Mr. Ferret, you almost brought a tear to my eye. If I was a little more emotional, it would have came out. Thank you so much for that extremely heartwarming, message to us, and we really appreciate it. We do value Rescue and your business, and we'll continue to try as we do with all of our stakeholders, just as you are, education and training. It's our uh, it is the main focus of our business, and we take that very seriously, especially when it comes to our customers. So thank you so much, and
You're most
we hope
welcome.
to continue in amazing business with you all. And we
And
wish you.
and we
Go ahead.
certainly shall. No, and we
Yes.
certainly shall. And
Thank you so much.
education being one of the key principles,
Yes.
the very foundation of the cooperative movement, I assure you that we will continue to partner together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So at this point in time, I want to thank you all. Thank you for joining us. All right. And I do
Thank you
wish
for
you
having
all
us.
not a problem. And we do wish you all the best, Rescue all the best as you all continue to celebrate Credit Union Month and do great things for your staff and your stakeholders. Please be safe and we'll be
Thank
in
you.
touch.
Thank you very much, Leslie, and you as well.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So as we close, we thank you all so much again. That those were our partners, Rescue. And as we close, we just want to let our small businesses know out there as well that we are actually hosting programs for you all right, in collaboration, of course, with our partner, the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association. As you can see there, we have strategic business management coming up and also quality management. That being said, we want to thank you all so much for joining us and tune in again when we continue to discuss matters of education.